All right. Thank you all for joining us once again. This is Sam's Corner, and today I'm so excited because I'm very privileged to have one of Ghana's emerging uh, journalists, sports journalists, and I mean female journalists, who is very, how do I put it? I've been monitoring. I've been monitoring you for a couple of time, for over about 5 years now, and I see the work you've been putting in, your dedication, your quick updates, most of your stories, authentic, in terms of even women's sport. Sorry, women's sports as well. And I must tell you, I'm a fan. Uh, and her name, I'll let her mention her name. uh, can you please let us viewers know your name?
My name is Aisha Ali. Yeah, so but people call me Aisha or I for short.
I
So
for sure. I for sure. I've heard a couple of it. I think when this year, uh, when Kotoko came to play that Democracy Cup,
mhm.
we were sitting like 3 rows behind you, and I saw you doing your work. And I think after the game, I heard one of them shout, I," and I was like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay." Thank you, Aisha, for joining, taking your time to join me. Your take on the WAFCON that just ended. For me, I think some of the Ghanaians were expecting more, but from my point of view, I felt they were being too harsh on the girls because I think this team is young, and I felt they overachieved. To me, what is your take on the WAFCON?
well, thank you once again, and let me thank your viewers. Just like you mentioned, I think the expectations from Ghanaians were so high, but you can't
Mhm.
fault them for that because when you look back, when women football started on the continent, it's always Nigeria, it's always Ghana, it's always Cameroon, and then at some point Kenya came in, and then even Equatorial Guinea
Equatorial
came in.
Guinea.
Yeah, so for Ghanaians expecting so much from the Queens, it was expected that, of course, if your country is going for a tournament, you expect that they will win the ultimate trophy. So on that front, yeah, the expectations were high. I think, but like just you mentioned, I think they also did well. So, considering the circumstances under which they were, um,
Yes.
if you look at the fact that the last edition, not the last edition because the last edition just ended, but the last editions,
Mm-hmm.
the one that was hosted in Morocco in 2022, which I
22.
was there, we
Yeah.
Queens been qualified. The last time we went before the recent one was back in 2018 when we
2018.
hosted, and then you know what happened with normalization committee, and then how
Committee.
being treated in Ghana, and
Mm-hmm.
then at some point Ket. So one of the reason, one of the things I can give you to Ket was the fact that he decided to bring Nora, because previously we were just recycling, we were
Coaches.
recycling, Bashir Hayford, we're
Bashir
recycling
Hayford.
them, you know. So Ket
Mm-hmm.
brought in who did fantastic with the team, revamped the team, discovered new talent for us. Unfortunately, few months before WAFCON, Nora said, "Okay, my contract is about to end, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to renew my contract. I have a better opportunity with
With
Zambia."
Zambia.
She left us, and then we have to bring in coach Kim, who has never coached any national team before, who has never coached on the continent before. And I doubt, highly doubt, that before he even took the job, he knew our style of play or even our philosophy. So on that front, it was we knew it was going to be, as in those who follow women's football and those who knows that, knew it was going to be difficult for the team to win the trophy. Before the tournament, anyone that interview me, or whenever I speak to people, or whenever I type or anything like that, I
I
always,
saw your tweet.
for me, qualifying from the group stage and not even getting like 5-0 defeat will be a good outcome for me, because I was just looking at the fact that, okay, we are back on the continent with new players, because when we're going for the tournament, only 4 players have played at the WAFCON before. And this
Yeah.
this tournament is more about experience. You can be good but the terrain and then the style of play on the continent is different.
It's different.
But that was it. But I think they did well. I mean, bronze, they did fantastic, in my opinion. I mean, people might be like, okay, yeah, we
Hmm.
wanted a trophy, but again, let's give them a chance.
Yeah.
And bronze, well.
And like you said, I was going to ask you this question myself. You hit on it with Coach Nora Hoptel leaving. I felt that was a big blow. But again, do I blame her so much? Looking at some of the frustrations of women football, and I have a friend at work who is not really entirely into women's football, but I tell him that I've always liked the women's football and the junior teams of the men's football, and I follow the U20s, I follow uh, the U17s much more than even the senior national teams. One thing, or one of my biggest frustration is when it's almost time for a big tournament or a big play, a big match. That is where we see them coming out to pay these bonuses.
Mm,
That is one thing. Like, why do we have to wait till those times? And it's a distraction. I think for me, the reason why they didn't qualify for the Olympic Games was due to that. That
mm-hmm,
the team was on fire. They were winning. I think they were undefeated or so going into that Zambia game, and I felt they had an upper hand over Zambia, and
mm-hmm.
that was a distraction. And two, the lack of friendly matches. They tried to do it before this WAFCON, which I don't think they didn't. I was not even excited because I said, "Where's this guy coming from? Where's this coach coming from? We don't know nothing about him. He does he know how? Back in the days, Adra Bayo and those Abetasaki times, I don't think the exposure was there. But yet, still, when you see them on the field, you can tell they, there's something from the whole team, the technical team on the team, like right. But why though? Why is that happening? And that you hit on Kurt. I think you can combine all that with the third term now. With how does that affect our women's football? Will they stop? Will we get more friendly matches? Will their pays, bonuses, whatever? Will these? What is your take on that?
Well, let me start from the Nora leaving. I mean, it was a
Hmm.
surprise to all of us, as I mentioned in my earlier submission. It was a
Yeah.
surprise to all of us. But again, you cannot, you see, you cannot fault. When I saw when I saw the tweet that she put, it wasn't a tweet, she posted on her LinkedIn. When I saw it, I knew there was a trouble because she was like, national team, like you have a tournament coming up, you're trying to play friendly matches, it's not happening. But I also knew her contract was ending in December.
Mm.
That was so I knew the contract was ending in December. So when I saw that, I spoke to the general secretary of Ghana Football Association first. But I called him. I was like, first, but what happened? What's going on? So and then he told me her contract is about to end. We are trying to negotiate with her. Things are not really going that well. So I'm like, why? But I already knew when we played against Zambia during the Olympic qualifiers. I knew Nora would leave because the when she started praying the Zambian team, oh, they have a good team, they have a good players. I'm like, yeah, no. And then I started monitoring, like I have friends, like colleagues in Zambia, right? And then they started like, oh, their FA is also looking at maybe bringing Nora on board because then their coach problems. The coach was under investigation for a lot of stuff, sexual assault. So I knew there was something cooking. In fact, before Zambia went for the Olympics, they actually contracted Nora. Nora told Ghana Football Association, is it possible for her to go with the Zambian coach to the Olympics? And then the GFA was like, absolutely not. You are our head coach. We can't let you
Under
go for
contract.
that. Doesn't work. I mean, you were supposed to beat them and then qualify. You did not. They beat you, they qualified, and you want to go do a part-time job for them. So I knew that something was cooking. So I mean, you can't fault it. It's like me working when I was working with Happy FM. If VB or CNN was come to approach me to be like, Aisha, we want your service. Of course, I'll look at the opportunities
Yes.
compared to where I was. So on that, I mean, she, you can't fault it. I mean, she was looking for better opportunities. Then Coach Kim came. When he came, I didn't give him any opportunity. I wasn't expecting anything from him because I was like, again, he never coached on the continent. He doesn't know the players and stuff like that. And then it was just few months to the tournament. But I must say, he wasn't bad. I mean, there were some decisions that I was like, what are you doing? But he proved himself. He won bronze first tournament with the team, and then he won bronze. Quite it is an achievement for him. When you mentioned with Kurt the third term, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's start. Let me go back to the friendly matches. I mean, the friendly matches started. It was way so it's difficult to kind of blame the Ghana Football Association when it comes to friendly matches for national teams because they don't finance it. It's the state that finances the government.
Oh, okay.
Then you have a government that is not even it wasn't even the then government, even this government. They always prefer the Black Stars because that is for them that is their darling team, right?
Cash cow.
So when the Black Stars had an awful, disgraceful tournament,
Oh,
like WAFCON talk about the World Cup.
missing
Now,
out on the
and
AFCON.
then I was like, well, we spend so much money on the Black Stars, they disgrace us. Why should we continue wasting money when you guys don't give us any good results? Unfortunately for him, that was Black Stars. This is Black Queens. The terrain is two different teams, right? But
Yeah.
so that's why, like, you realize two windows. We didn't play any international friendly matches,
From
so I was a bit scared going to the tournament. But again, they did well. Now with Kurt going for a third term, he said he's yet to make a
he said he's
decision when.
yes to make, but they voted for a third term, which was one thing that normalization that you hit on didn't want. So what changed?
So see, this is why I fought cats at some extent because
Mm.
and then not just cats, even all the ESCO members and then even Congress because
Mhm.
when the nomination committee was draft when they draft this new status for us, they all agreed to it. They all agreed to it. They were there. I was there.
Yes, they.
I
Mhm.
wa- I was at the was it the College of Physicians? We were there. I was there. I was covering. In fact, Happy FM GMA, we covered the entire like Congress and everything live.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because remember back then we did the presidential
The
debate for the country.
yeah, the presidential debate. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So you guys were there when the
Hmm.
normalization committee proposed this term. You
Yes.
agreed it. Then all of a sudden you're like, yeah, like
You're like,
no, with a term like two terms is not enough for anyone to achieve anything. And for me, that is like I don't understand. I'm like, no, that for me is like a greedy kind of mindset. Like, if two terms is not enough for you to do anything, like, bro, well, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? I mean, do your part, go, and then let someone continue. And then people are like, okay, like if Kate decide not to go anymore, do you see anyone that can step up? And I'm saying that if as a FA president, right? If
yeah,
as a FA president, in your tenure of 2 years, you have not been able to groom anybody. If you have not been able to groom
yep,
anybody,
yep.
then we have a problem.
There is a
I mean,
big problem.
you have not been able. What shows that the third term, within that third term, you'll be able to
You'll
groom
be able to
anyone,
do
but
anything.
you couldn't groom anybody.
That's leadership failure right there. And as a
Like,
leader, you always have to have someone behind you. Like I know, even with the political
mm,
aspects of things, it's the same. You have
yeah.
always someone you mentoring, someone you feel like can step in my shoes when I'm not there. And
Mills did it. Oh, may his soul rest in peace. Mills did it with JM.
yeah,
JM is currently the president. Akufado did it with what's his name, Baumia.
Baumia, yeah.
Baumia right now was the flag bearer. He's about to. How many times did they do? How many times did they do?
Yeah. If the
Why
president of the nation is
get
two
them to group
times,
somebody?
yeah.
Exactly my point. So.
All right. So you were the next question I asked you was
Mm,
what does this third term, or if, let me put the if, because he
mhm.
said he has not verified or he has not confirmed yet. So what does the third term, if he goes a third term, what do you see so far with women's football with his administration, and what would be the impact to it?
I mean, anyone that follows me knows I've been a big critic of Kets. Not just him, but his leadership, his 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 entire tenure. I've been a big critic of him. Fairly so because Kets before he took over, I was one of his biggest fans. Like what he was doing with the FA Cup was marvelous. I mean, the FA Cup was actually bigger than the league itself, especially like the finals, right? Um, and then he being a journalist too, I had a lot of expectations. So when he took over and then certain things were not going well, I'm like, yeah, this is not what I envisioned that was going to happen. But I think Ket did better for women football under the circumstances compared to the previous administration under Nyantechi. And that I'm saying this that anyone no, I don't think anyone can dispute it because it is not enough. Let me put that out there. It is not enough. Let me say this so that someone will be like, yeah,
Yeah.
it is not enough. But I think he has achieved quite significant strike with the national teams, even the league itself, because you realize now the league we have sponsorship from the league, and apart from that, we are watching the leagues on television. Even if you're not around, even if you're not around, you'll be able to watch.
To
Like if you're not in Ghana or any center, you'll be able to watch the league games. For me, that is also a plus. It gives us the ability to follow the game from other league centers, even if you're not able to go to all. And then it also gives the players exposure. Apart from that, I also think he has been able to beautify the women's football. In the sense that now it kind of looked attractive compared to then when because I started sports journalism in 2017 when I started following women's football. Then that was under Nyantechi. Now I think it has been better. What does it mean for women's football? It gets goes. I hope he does not. I hope for his own sake. I hope he doesn't. I hope that he would just let it go and then concentrate because he has a position at CAF now.
half now.
You are a vice president, so
Yes.
just focus on that. Probably you might be the president someday, or even go to FIFA Council someday. Leave Ghana football. Do not continue to destroy the legacy that you have built for
So
yourself for
far.
quite a year. Um, but if he goes, it means there will be a continuation of what he has been doing, right? Because we come from a country where even if someone from your own camp is doing something for you and then the person decided to not to go anymore or like is not there anymore, that project is abandoned.
Yes.
We can look at the multipurpose sports centers that the NPP
Oh,
government started under Honorable Isaac Siyama,
see.
and then NPP continued in power under Yusuf was the minister. He decided to abandon that because why? It
Which
wasn't
centers?
his legacy. It wasn't him that started it, even though it is from the same government. So yes, the tendency of us being selfish when it comes to
Yes.
stuff like that. So if Kat decided to go, it means that whatever project he has started, like the under 15 league that they're about elite league that they're about to start for women's players and even the men, it means there will be a continuation. There is no guarantee that even if someone from his own camp decide if someone from his own camp is the next president, the person will continue. Hopefully, that we will get somebody who has that nationalistic view and the nationalistic mindset. But I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't. But if he does, the football people decide to vote for him. Um, good luck to them.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%.
Mm.
Like, I think he has a big opportunity, and in order
Mm.
not to destroy the legacy he's built, I for one thing, I think it's time for him to move on because
Yeah, because I mean, you look if truth is, if you ask me right now to mention like two achievements under Ket Okuoko, I don't know what to say. Honestly, don't. No, I'm being frank and honest.
the catch
I
them young.
mean, I don't. Yeah. Okay. Yes. That's true. No. No. To be fair. No. To be fair. That is a good initiative. Honestly, it is a good initiative. The Catch
Yeah,
Them Young is a good initiative because CAF has a similar thing that they do with the CAF schools. What's it called? School competition that they do, championship that they do. So these referees are the ones that officiate. So that is a good initiative. Apart from that,
it's hard to pinpoint something.
yeah, because the failures are more than the wins. So it is difficult to
That's
be honest.
I think that's it. The the things that are not going right are more than the ones that are going right, because
Absolutely.
absolutely I always say Ghana, we are blessed with every resource, natural resource any human being
Mm,
could think of, and that
mm,
comes in, and that plays also into sports as well. Now we have even track athletes getting scholarships all over the
mm,
countries, coming here.
mm,
Why can we support them back home? Why do they
mm,
need this support? Like, so, like you're saying, yes, we just it's just our leadership issue. So I feel
mm,
like, yeah, you're right. So my next question is, regardless of
mm,
of Kurt, nowadays, like I was just hitting on, I'm seeing a pool of the women
mm,
players
mm,
getting transfers overseas.
mm, mm,
But a few years ago, when I looked even in the MLS, I went to see Jennifer Kudjo playing, and I was
mm,
happy when I saw him come here the first time, and then came to New York, which was
mm,
closer. Now I'm seeing more of the women team, even at the
mm.
younger ages, getting contracts abroad.
Yeah.
There's there's one thing that bothers me though. I feel like I think the performance wise, the teams
Mm,
they're going to, are they not being challenged enough? 3 years, 4 years ago, Doris and Badu were like
mm,
tearing up the continent, even in the
mm,
WAFU Women's Champions
mm.
League. The Hazakis ladies team with Blessing, but I don't know. Is it are they not on the okay? I'm not. They are still young. I'm not going to take
Yeah.
that fact. They're still young. Probably maybe the adjustments. What do you think? Is it would this affect us in long term?
I get your point. I get your point. So I was having a conversation with Samira, Godfred Akoto, Coach Ignatius, and then
Yeah.
Genevieve, and then we read the same concerns because they are getting transferred. But if you look at the countries that they are going compared to our neighbors, compared to players from Nigeria, compared to
Nigeria.
players from Zambia, compared to players from South Africa, compared to players from Cote d'Ivoire, where they are going, and you look at where our players that we know our superstars are going, then you raise your eyebrow because our players are now playing in. We have a player who have been transferred to Zambia. Other player, most of our players are now in Israel.
Israel.
No disrespect, but how tough or how competitive is the Israeli league, right?
Yeah.
We have players in Saudi. Alice Kusi plays in
Let's go
Saudi.
see.
I mean, you mentioned Jennifer playing in New York. Now we have Stella Nyamiche playing in New York. Um, we 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 had Princess Mafo who was with BFC, but now they've decided to end their relationship. So I get the point. Players are getting transferred, but you look at the leagues that they are playing, it's not competitive compared to our neighbors. If you take, I mean, it is one thing to play in an Indian league and score like 50 goals at the end of the season.
Yeah.
That is Indian league. But then you score the 50 goals and then you are making a name for yourself over there. But how competitive is the Indian league itself?
Yes.
How good are the players there? How good are the teams there? Technical wise, what are you adding on to your already football knowledge? What are the technical team over there teaching you to add up to what you already know? So it is a big concern when you look at where most of our players, especially players that have great potentials, are playing. One of the players that really, really, I don't want to say disappoints because it's not no fault of hers, that I get disappointed whenever I see her name pop up. Is what's her name? Abigail Mensah. She was with she, Abigail Mensah was our one of our goalkeepers. She was with
Yeah.
Berry Ladies. She got
Yeah.
transferred to she got transferred to a country that I can't even mention the name. Something
Um.
island.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, is it Faroe Island?
Yes.
She
Like
she got her
I'm
debut
telling
young.
you,
She got her debut so young, and I was
Abigail,
impressed.
Abigail was supposed to be our first goalkeeper. Abigail was supposed to be the same at the same level with Chiamaka of Nigeria.
Yeah.
Abigail deserved to be on the same level with Indile of South Africa.
Yeah.
So you have players that have great potentials, but then unfortunately they are surrounded by people. I don't know whether they don't have the connection, their agent or management don't have that connection, or they don't see the potential of these players, that they'll be like, okay, this league is not enough, like it's not good enough for this player. If she goes there, she will not be able to develop to achieve her full potential. So it is worrying. Your concerns are legit. You are not the
So,
only person who is worried. We are all worried. But when you speak to these players, they will tell you that, listen, if when I'm playing at the Premier League in Ghana, right, I don't get any salary. I'm not on salary. When I play, the team owner only gives me like 50 cedis. We use this to go and buy water. Use this to go sort yourself out. So if I get a contract from a team in Uzbekistan or Azerbaijan that is going to pay me, like, let's say, $1,000 at the end of the month, I'm going, because you have a family to feed. These players have families to feed.
yes.
So they are playing in Ghana that they are not even making hundred cities or anything, and then they have a team from Ferry Island,
Uh,
Ferry Island. Of course, she's gonna go. She will go.
it's worrying in that sense. Like, but I said, like you're saying, yeah, that factors is what, because you mentioned Abigail, and then when I saw her debut, I'm like, oh, we got potential. We got. I think one. It's been a long time I've seen a goalkeeper, a women's goalkeeper, with that reflexes and distribution
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
so much confidence coming out of the of the goal. And I recently, when they were playing the WAFCON, we considered a goal, and immediately she came into my mind. So I went to research. I was like, where is she? Where is this goalkeeper?
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
think even after the game, I saw somebody ask you that, not you,
Mm-hmm.
somebody posed a question to one of the journalists that,
It
where
was
is,
Frank. I think it was Frank Dakwa. Frank Dakwa,
yes, it was
when he
Frank.
was in Ghana, when Frank was in Ghana, Abigail was one of his favorite players. So I
Yes,
knew when that mistake happened, when CJ made that mistake, I knew Frank would do something.
yes,
So
Frank, it was
yeah,
Frank. It was
was
Frank.
Frank.
Now, Frank, yes. And oh man, I hope she, whatever she gets to, even come back to Ghana or get a bigger, like even Evelyn Badu for once a generation, one of the generational talents that we have seen come out of women football. And I've watched I watched, what was her name, Mukarama before her. I watched Mukarama before Abigail Badu came out,
Mm,
and I saw Abigail Badu. I'm like, man, she's got the composure. She's got some nice, like, her first touch. And then she transferred.
mm-hmm.
Now she's been transferred two teams later. I think
Mm-hmm.
she ended up in France. Now I'm not even sure that the where she's
So
at right.
So after the Cup Champions League with Hazakis, she got a deal in what's it called, Norway. She got a deal in Norway, so she
Hmm.
went to Norway. I interviewed her before the WAFCON actually, and then she explained why she has to move from Norway, because she said she was finding it tough to adapt over there. So she moved to France, and then France too. She said, I mean, when she went to France, she was fairly good in France. She was
Yeah,
fairly good, but
yeah,
then the team, then they had a new coach. The new coach, of obviously, when you have a new coach and the new um what's it called, new backroom stuff like that, they have their own ideas on how they want to
mm,
move forward with the club. So
yeah. My team
that
forward.
also that also poses a problem for her. And then she mentioned about the language barrier and stuff like that. So she
Mm,
moved. She moved back to Norway, so she's currently in Norway right now.
Oh, okay. So, yes, my next question I was gonna dive into is so far in your journey. I know I've seen the girls. You there was one session where you were not present and they were still giving you interviews after they
Yeah,
arrived. After they arrived from the WAFCON, I'm like, okay.
yeah.
So this is more personal question.
Hmm.
Your journey so far,
Hmm.
how have you been able to come this far? Let me just put it openly like that. How have you? Has it been easy?
I mean, it wasn't easy, to be honest with you. It wasn't easy being a female, because when I was thrown I was thrown into the limelight with zero or a little knowledge. I don't know if I'm making sense. Because
Yes.
so I went to Global Media Alliance Media Studies. Let me just make it quick. Media Studies, that was in 2016, getting into 2017. So it was like 2016. When I finished, I had to do my internship with ETV Ghana. At some point, that was the newsroom. At some point, they were like, yeah, no, we're not going to do news anymore. I don't know if you know this guy. He's called Charles Kelly.
Gaskin,
Charles Kelly.
Chaskele.
He, yeah, he
I've
was with
heard of the
Happy FM.
name.
He's with Happy FM. Yeah, he's got
Happy FM.
Sintim Korea Charles Kelly. So he was like, yeah, like, I mean, the sports department in Happy FM have no female. And I think and then I look at the landscape in Ghana, there's no like a lot of females like that. And
Yeah.
then you like already anyway, so why don't you just join us, right? At that point, PJ Mose was the host of the Happy Morning Show and a proposal sports. So, and then Odia Sampa head of sports. So I was thrown into this team with all these legends because and a proposal sports in Ghana was the ish. Like,
Yeah.
and then oh, so when I joined, for me, they took me in as their daughter, they took me as their kid sister. Because like first month, and then I was already on air with Physio Mose, like the biggest morning show in Ghana, sports morning show in Ghana.
Yeah.
I was running so, and then nobody knew my name, like my full name. It was Aisha the Goddess, Aisha the
I
Goddess,
should have
Aisha the
got
Goddess.
this.
So that was how they introduced me. So and then at that time we were not doing a lot of Facebook Live.
No,
So
that time I even for us to listen to you guys, I had to use tuning radio here.
yes, so we were on tuning. So it was people knew Aisha the Goddess, but they didn't know my face. So
Yeah.
a lot of people thought was like this. I was supposed to be big. I was supposed to look different. And then I got a chance to doing. There was a waffle tournament that happened in Ghana, 2017. That was Fox Force. So that was under Nyantechi. That was the time that Nyantechi was fighting with Georgia Free. So I remember
Georgia Free.
I went for the lunch and then I introduced myself to Barry, one of the senior management with Fox Sports then. He died now, may so rest in peace. So he was like, yeah, I mean, I like your enthusiasm. We are looking to recruit like people from Ghana to join the Fox team to help us with the tournament. I'm like, yeah, I'm available. So it's like, yeah, so we discuss and then I have to join the Fox team. So I joined the Fox team with Graham as the commentator. Red One, I think, was also one of the commentators. I was production assistant. This was me like less than a year in the industry. So when I
Wow.
say I was thrown in into the limelight with zero
Straight
or
into
no,
fire.
straight into fire, and then I think I didn't understand the politics back then. So I remember I was giving like a report in the morning, and then PJ was asking me, so how was the sitting arrangements like? That for me was the one of the toughest time of my life. Because when he asked me that question, I didn't understand the politics between Nyantechi and then JJ Free. So I mean, I was with Fox, but when I turned to look at the VIP section, I could see the friction between the two guys. I could see George was sitting like this. Cause he was, so it was like I don't want to see your face, you don't want to see my face. So and then our supporters were like, So I reported all that, and then the next day when I went to the stadium, some fans of Georgia Free wanted to beat me up. I'm being serious with you. Yeah, they
Really?
wanted to beat me up. Oh yeah, of course they were threatening me.
Wow.
And me being a hard girl from like I was born in Boku. I grew up in Boku. I lived in Nima.
Oh
And
my God.
you
You've
said
seen
what? You wanna be who?
everything.
I said you wanna be who? Did I? I'm like, okay, did I lie? No, I didn't lie. Did I fabricate anything? No.
No.
I reported the truth. And
Hmm.
you come in to attack me because of that. Boy, you don't know what's going. I'm like, you touch me, I'm going to send my brothers and everybody I know after you. It's not even going to be a police case. I'm going to send any single person that I know in my corner. They are coming for you. So that was it. So after the Fox tournament, it shoot up from there. I got opportunity to work with Grace FIFA Grace Note during the 2018 WAFCON in Ghana. I was reporting for them. So anyone that was using the FIFA Grace Note for statistics and stuff like that, I was the one providing for it. So um, yeah. Then afterwards, what happened again? 2019, I got an opportunity to be the Black Queens media officer during the WAFCON tournament. That was under Mercy Table. So we went to Cote d'Ivoire, we won bronze. And then, I mean, from there, it just showed up. The opportunities keep coming, right for cup at some point, right for 90 minutes at some point, Soccer News Africa at some point. Then I got the opportunity to go to Switzerland for the Young Reporters program with AIPS. I still write for AIPS I mean, I write for AIPS. AIPS right now is the only website that I write for currently. So it has been good. It has been great. It has been exciting, but the challenges has been there, especially being a female. Sometimes you go to stadiums and then these ones are telling you you can't go here, you can't go there. What if you're having your end of month cycle and then it's going to be bad luck for the team, And then sometimes you go and then they
Oh my
look
God. Ways and means.
like that. But honestly, it has been good. It has been excellent. God has blessed me to have great people in my corner that
What do you think of our representative this year for the WAFU, the CAF Champions League, uh,
police ladies.
with police ladies representing us? What is your take on or what how far do you expect them to go?
I mean, police. First off, I think it's a good thing that we have different representative, almost at every edition. Because I think Hazakis went twice, and then Apendakwa
Pendaku.
went. I mean, the first time Hazakis went, I was with them in Cote d'Ivoire when we won the trophy. So I think it's a good thing that at least at every edition we have new representative. With police ladies, they have a great team. Look at the police ladies team. They have like experienced players. Experienced players. These players, most of them played like at the with the Black Queens and stuff like that. I mean, one of the players that a lot of people know of her is Jane Eya. Jane
Oh
Eya,
yeah.
we know when she did under 17
And at the
and the
17,
17 team.
yeah,
Yes. hmm
she
I
went
mean,
a little bit quiet.
unfortunately, injury, like tried to destroy her career. But it's good to see Jane back strong, and then she's with the team. And then I mean, Felicity has been one of my favorite defenders for a long time. Now, Felicity, I think, is one of the defenders that has. She's very calm, very composed at the back. Very. She's really intelligent. I don't know how to put it, but Felicity is one of my favorite defenders. So it's good to see Felicity. I think they're having Basigi on board too as the head coach because their coach Kasim
Yeah, I
cannot
heard he
coach
has a
because of
license issue.
issue. So they brought in Basigi to head the team. And I think Basigi also knows the team. I mean, Basigi and then Kasim has been friends for a while, so they know each other. And Basigi, who was then with Hazakas before he left to go coach Simba Queens, was playing in the Southern, so just like police lady. So he knows the team, he knows how they play, and then he knows the players because Basigi has been with Black Queens before when these players were playing for the Black Queens. Some of these players, Basigi has been with the Princesses, or some of these players were playing for the
Playing for the
Princesses too.
princesses.
So he knows the team. It's not like he's coming in like a new
Yeah.
environment for him. So, uh, and then police ladies, the CEO. Mhm. Lydia Donko, the CID boss, has been a great motivator since when she started getting more involved in the police ladies team. She has revamped the team, she has rebranded the team, she has motivated the team. Like sometimes we go for games, like I've seen it go for games, like even though the police team have their salaries and stuff, because it's like before you can play for police ladies,
Yeah.
you need to system with them. She actually, like, from her own pocket, like she gives these players like motivations and stuff like that. And then she's currently in Cote d'Ivoire with the team. So I know how excited the players are to see her, how excited the technical team are to have her with them, and how she will be able to motivate the team. So I'm expecting them to go all out and then conquer. The Bayelsa Queens will pose as one of the biggest threats for us, because I
Yeah.
remember one when I went with Hasaki's ladies, our first game we actually lost against them. So
The
no,
history
that
is
was
there. Yeah.
sorry,
Okay.
Bayelsa was when what's his name? Pendakwa went, but they are fairly a good team, well financed team. That team is well financed. Like when I say they are being financed, yeah, they are being financed by the state government.
Oh
Like
wow.
they have like, yeah. So the team, they are fairly good. So
So they
and
are
then they
very
have talented.
motivated.
They have a good play. So, but I think police ladies will do quite well. I think police ladies will go far, and I foresee them going to the finals and hopefully lifting the trophy and then representing West Africa in the main tournament.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, it's been a privilege, and I'm very happy you gave us this time. I know you are unbiased. Like I said, I followed you for a while. You tell it how it is. You don't. There's no fabrication. You don't no cloud chasing. But I'm gonna put you in a tough spot here. I want you to pick one of these options that I'm gonna throw at you. Just one. You
Mhm.
know both or no this or
No problem.
you have to
Let's go.
pick one out of these
Okay.
options I'm gonna throw at you. So let me start with the easy one. Let me start with the easy one.
Mm.
Um, Black Queens or Black Stars?
Black Queens. Black Queens. That is not even a question. That's not even a
Cynthia
question.
Conlan or Amenyaku?
Wow. Afi. I'm a Nyoko.
Okay.
Can I say
Alice
why?
Kusi or Buadua?
I like Kusi.
Kusi. Mm.
I like Kusi.
Doris, you heard it too. Hmm. I hope
No,
she
you
sees
said
this.
okay. Yeah.
Okay. Badu or Priscilla Dubia?
Hey. oh, I'm gonna get into trouble.
I know. I
I'm gonna
told you
get
I'm
into
gonna put you
trouble.
in
I'm
trouble
gonna
right
get
here.
into trouble. They're gonna send you messages. Okay, you didn't pick me, did you? Oh, okay. So who is it? Bedu or
Adubia.
I don't, yeah, Bedu. I don't. Bedu. Give me Bedu.
Bedu. Okay. Priscilla heard it. Uh, Comfort Yabua. Comfort Yabua or Portia Boachi?
Comfort.
Comfort. Okay. Grace Asantua or Jennifer Kujo?
no. No, that's it.
You
No.
g-
Kujo.
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 Okay. Ajua Bayo or Abetasaki?
Oh my god. No. Listen, this.
Uh,
Adebayo.
Asantua Messiah heard it.
I know. Bayo. Okay, so I'll go with Bayo. I hope you can give me. I hope you can give me like a chance to explain, like few minutes. Like no, I'll go.
Explain it to them.
No, I'll go with Ajwa. I'll go with Ajwa.
Great Ajua. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Last one. This one is easy. Kudus or Asian?
Asian.
As I
Asian.
knew this was gonna be easy for you, but
I mean, like if you realize how I was speaking,
uh-huh.
I was trying to, especially the question about the one with Portia and
Portia
comfort.
or
And
comfort?
comfort was comfort for me because I think Portia is OG.
Mm-hmm.
Comfort is the new kid on the block. She has
Yeah.
so much potential to achieve. So
You know what I
yeah.
like about comfort? She
Mm-hmm.
has this morale. Like
Mm-hmm.
oh man, I like her tenacity. She doesn't
Yeah.
give up easily. She's
Mm.
willing to work. She's
Yeah.
willing to work or die on the field,
I
and
call
that's
it
one
job.
thing I like
We call
about.
it job boy.
Really?
Yeah, that's a nickname, job boy. So
Oh,
when
I had not heard that
get
one.
to one point, I'm like, Joe, this one boy, I'm like, Joe boy, what are you doing? And someone came to me like, who is John boy? I'm like, dude, you coming to idea away football with me?
So I think it was the Wafu under 20. She did that John Boy steps one time, shielding against
Yeah,
Nigeria. She that
yeah, John boy.
kind
That's like,
of. Okay, I see where that is coming from.
yeah, that's the
Thank
nickname, John boy.
thank you so much, Aisha. And I hope that you are on to even bigger things in the future. And we keep following you for updates, and we keep following you for giving us everything you've got in terms of women's sports and even in general, sports in general. Because I know you are not just fixed, you're not just your expertise is not just in one sport, but you've been blessed with the passion, and that is what is taking you through all the areas, and you keep growing. I really appreciate your time, and I say God bless you, and I wish you all the very best. Thank you.
I thank you so much for having me, and thank you to your viewers for watching as well.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.